welcome to another guitar channel. Another guitar channel is a channel for all those guitarists who cannot play on an instrument but they love to turn the knobs.
Right, okay.
So we are here with a right man, because this man is making things for you that you can turn the knobs on.
That's right.
Alexander from Zander Circuitry.
Yeah.
Circuitry. I still need to learn English. 14 years in this country and I still can't say anything. Are you a guitarist as well?
Yeah. So,
Okay, so how did it start for you?
I think it kind of stemmed from me being left-handed. So I used to, when I was a kid, obviously being left-handed, there's not that many guitars around, so I used to start piecing guitars together, and I think that kind of got me hooked on the whole like DIY soldering kind of stuff. And then
Wait. So you started, before you started playing, you started making guitars for yourself?
oh no, so like when I first started playing guitar, I mean just like any I started playing like any kid would, like you see someone playing, you want to play. Your dad or your mum buys your first cheap guitar from some shop for 40.
So what was your first guitar then?
It was a black, like not a Strat, a copy of a Strat that was probably like 50 quid new, brand new, just from like a department store, like one of those like
Argos or something
yeah,
like
where
that?
you get like a little amp and a cable and stuff.
Nightmare.
Yeah, but I was only 12, 13 probably at the time, so it was perfect for me as a kid, just wanting to make a load of noise.
Do you still have it?
No.
You didn't keep
No, I think they got lost or burnt or something.
But was it, you saying you were left-handed, you are left-handed, so was it left-handed as well? Or you...
Yeah, so my dad knew that I wrote with my left hand, and so he bought me a left-handed guitar. I did initially try and go to like one lesson to learn, and the teacher didn't have any left-handed guitars, so I never went back. And then I taught myself how to play, just over the years through tabs and listening to songs that I liked, and then trying to copy it. And then I just kind of gradually got the knack of it, and that's how I learned from there.
Do you still play or you just make the effects now?
I still play, only at like a hobby level. I'm not in a band or anything like that, but so most of the time when I'm playing it's because I'm testing stuff out or trying new ideas or just like having fun.
What guitar you have now?
So I have a guitar from, I have a few. I have a Kurt Cobain Fender Jaguar.
Wow.
Signature, yeah, so that was bought for me.
Jack Stunk?
Yeah, the Jaguar one.
Jaguar one, okay.
Yeah. So that was from my fiance. She bought that for me as a present. And a custom double standard from Fidelity Guitars. They're a small company like myself. It was one that I kind of spec'd out kind of fully to my like pickups, finish, like all the materials and stuff, like completely to my spec, which is really nice to just kind of treat myself. I bought something, so that's my kind of number one that I use all the time.
For testing the effects?
Yeah, for testing, bringing it to shows.
What kind of music are you playing? Metal, yeah?
No, not really, no. So I like all the 90s Pixies, Dinosaur Jr.,
Really?
Nirvana, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And then even kind of like more shoegaze stuff, like My Bloody Valentine, Diode, like Slow Diode, those kind of bands. So quite a broad range of stuff. But.
So how did it start for you making effects then? Did you make them for yourself first?
So I built a few. You can buy like the DIY kits. I built a few basic boosts and fuzzes and stuff like that. And then after a while, I started to get into building stuff from schematics and tag boards and stuff like that, where you'd find the schematic online and then try and rebuild it. Didn't have much electronics knowledge, and then what I'd do is just kind of mess around with. Once I got it working, it'd be okay. What happens if I change this part or move this part or add a knob here and add an extra gain?
So are you self-taught effects guitar making as well?
Yeah. So it kind of stemmed. It just kind of went from gradually modifying stuff into then, okay, how do I apply those building blocks to then start creating new things? And going forward, we're going to get more involved with kind of digital stuff. That's kind of 2020 is going to be our year for when we start launching our big digital effects. And that's been something that's, again, another big learning curve, because it's actually like coding effects, if you like, rather than like building. So that's kind of the next big.
And you never had any kind of lessons, never had any kind of mentor to give you some kind of clues and things like that?
No, I mean, I'm part of like there's Facebook groups for DIY builders and stuff like that. So there's always it's a big community community of other people, and a lot of the other builders, even some of the big names like Keeley and JHS, the guys that run them, so Robert and Scott, they're in there as well, and they offer advice. It's all quite a friendly community, and everyone
Josh from JHS.
Yeah,
he's amazing.
Yeah,
he's amazing. I know him only from YouTube, but actually he's such a good guy.
So he's really involved in the DIY groups and always commenting, offering help and stuff. So it's not like there's competition, but it's friendly and everyone helps each other out.
But even looking at his channel, he is advertising his effects by advertising his knowledge about the effects of the others, and this is like wow, this is something so good. Because you know that the guy knows what he's talking about. You know, the wall of effects he has behind him. Do you have a collection of other effects as well?
Yeah, a few. We've got a few. Most of mine have kind of come and gone now, where we've just cleared space out. But a lot of the guy that kind of got me into building was Steve from Ray Gun Effects, who we were lucky enough to do a joint pedal with. Before Zander started, I'd kind of go in and I'd buy a lot of stuff from him, and he lives quite close to me, so I'd go and pick stuff up, and seeing how he run the business kind of got me kind of...
In a way, he's your mentor.
Yeah, in a way, yeah, because seeing that he was just one guy building stuff in like out of his back room in his house, it's kind of, how do we get involved with, you know, it was just cool to see that and think, oh, I could give that a go, and it kind of went from there, really.
Did you build already your ultimate effect, you know, like the best sounding that you are happy with, or is it always a space for something to be changed? And you always got, that's good, but I wanna make it like a little bit better. I can, you know, put like something.
I think I'm pretty happy with how they are, how most of them are now. A lot of them are in their kind of third or fourth revision. So when we first released them, we were still kind of building in plain enclosures, putting a sticker on, whereas now we've got like properly printed boxes and proper circuit boards and everything. So it's just, as my knowledge has increased and the people I've met who can help out in other ways, I've kind of got them involved as well. So it's just helped to build a better product overall, a more professional product.
How long are you making it? For how long? Is it like a profession? For how long are you like having a brand? Because obviously you didn't start first selling them, you started on your mistakes and everything, but how long is the brand, you know, how old is the brand?
So we've been around officially been around since 2016, so we're coming up to our 4th year. Prior to that, I was just building and selling on Facebook in plain boxes for probably 18 months, 2 years, something like that. So I've been building for about 5 years.
Are the first one already so expensive that they are like legendary or something? People trying to sell them like 3 times higher because that's the first prototype of Zander Effect or something like that?
I haven't checked, but I've had a few people message me saying I've got hold of one of your really early ones or something like that. So a few people have preempted that. So maybe they'll go up eventually.
It's gonna be like that. Let's go and show them off. Tell me what we're making. What is it all about?
Yeah.
So.
Okay, where shall I start?
American Geek.
Okay, so the American Geek is our Big Muff based fuzz pedal, based on the traditional transistor Big Muff. So you've got the normal level and gain control that you normally get. Max gain switch bypasses the gain control completely, so a lot of people when they have a Big Muff they just dial the gain control anyway, so it was just a way so you can have a setting slightly lower, but then you can have that full setting.
What is that, like ping, 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 ping doing? Why is it like 6 different modes of?
Yeah, so this changes the clipping diodes in the second gain stage. So a big thing with a big part of the sound of the Big Muff is the clipping diodes. So you'll see that on a lot of our pedals we have this 6-way clipping switch, so you get basically different levels of compression, different kind of textures as you turn through. So with this one specifically, you've got germanium, silicon, LED, transistor, MOSFET, and then no
So
diodes.
all the options are here in one effect. Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
Terra Firma?
Yeah, Terra Firma is a power amp distortion, kind of meant to sound like a cranked Sun Model T amp, like the old like Stone. Okay. So it's kind of aimed at those guys that tune down like low, so kind of C standard and lower, kind of Caius, Queens of the Stone Age, that kind of stuff. So like big fuzzy riffs. switchable gain, so engages gain 1, but then when it's on, you can engage gain 2, so you've got set 1 low and 1 high.
Are they cascaded or they are jumping from another?
Yeah,
okay.
so you've got a way of getting 2 presets. Obviously level control, similar clipping switch, and then you've got tone, shift and body, so one body adjusts the low end and shift adjusts the mid-range. They all kind of work interactively, so as you kind of turn one up, you'll notice you have to kind of tweak the other one, so you can get some like a really wide range of sounds from that. Cranium is a similar version, similar to what we use with the American Geek, but it's with the Proco Rat pedal.
Okay.
So the main difference between...
Are you using the original Motorola?
No. So we A/B tested that, and to be honest, I didn't really see it was worth using. So we're using a more modern op amp in there. The main difference between the versions of the Rat that have been used throughout the years are the clipping diodes. So between like the U-Dirty Rat and the Brat and all those kind of different ones, Turbo Rat.
So all of them are like having 6 modes of clipping, and actually you got 6 different pedals in one in every single one.
Effectively, yeah. In a nutshell, it's kind of every Rat pedal in one box. You can switch between them again, switchable gain, frequency controls, alter the EQ before the distortion, so you can kind of dial in some more mid-range or take it out, make it more or less kind of gritty. Sono is our...
Don't you have any problems with audience? Because they make an interface called Sono now.
Not yet. I mean, if they want to send a cease and desist, I'm sure that will be in the mail. So this is our first bass pedal. It's a fuzz and a preamp, separate independent effects. So you've got the fuzz on one side and the preamp overdrive on the other side. They can stack, so you can use both together. They both have independent clean blend controls, so you dial back in the clean signal, obviously quite important for bass players to keep that low end. But yeah, kind of go for everything from like a vintage drive through to like a really modern kind of spitty gated fuzz for bass. Avalanche is one of the first pedals that we released and had a few different versions of before, even before Zander started. It's our kind of all-in-one solution for players that need have a small rig, like a fly rig, they're doing tour dates, they haven't got a lot of room. It's kind of all your dirt pedals in one. So you've got a light drive, a heavier drive, and then a fuzz. You've just got level controls for each, and the idea is that they clean up really well with your volume control of your guitar. So you can go from clean through to pretty heavy overdrive. Again, they're independent effects, so you can stack all 3 of them if you wanted to, or use them in conjunction. You know, any mix of the 3 you can use.
And elemental overdrive or surplus?
Yeah, so the surpluses are kind of more tame pedal, if you like. Does everything from a straight clean boost through to kind of like a slightly crunchy overdrive. When the gain's done all the way up, the way that we kind of wanted to go is for more that kind of direct to console, like DI kind of guitar sound. You've got kind of the bit like the Beatles would get, that kind of stuff, where it's kind of crunchy and gritty and really blows like kind of blown out. Once you dial the gain down slightly, you're more into like a smoother overdrive, and with the gain all the way off, you'll get no compression, and it'll just be like a straight clean boost.
Cork pitch black.
That's
okay, so that's like distortions, fuzzes. Here we got as well some kind of distortions, fuzzes with all the options as well.
Yep.
But it's not only that what you're making, because it's as well delays and reverbs.
Yep. Yeah. So the tape deck is our.
Is there a cassette inside?
No. So it's a digital delay that emulates older tape echoes, like Space Echo, Copycat, that kind of stuff. So yeah, you've got the normal mix feedback, time, tone controls. Obviously, tone is just for the delay. Switchable modulation, so you can choose to modulate the tails as well with a shape switch.
So you can add some kind of chorus, something like that a bit.
Yeah, so with the delay all the way down, you can kind of get faux kind of tape, flange, and chorus effects.
Does it go with the clean signal or only with the delay signal?
Only with the delay, but you can basically dial the time down so low that it becomes a chorus in a sense. Switchable tails, so you can bypass and have the tails run out. There's expression inputs on the back, so you can control the delay time or the feedback with an expression pedal. And then on the exosphere, which
but wait, because all those here, the distortions, they are rather analog circuits.
What's that, sorry?
They are analog circuits here, yeah?
Yeah.
And that one is combining analog with digital, or is it pure digital?
No, it's digital. It's
pure digital.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about the reverb?
So the reverb is it's a digital reverb. Basically, it's two reverbs in one. So you've got verb 1, which is a slightly kind of your always on, slightly like smaller sounding reverb that you can just have on indefinitely. The second reverb, which is engaged by this foot switch, is a much kind of wider, deeper, kind of wetter reverb. It's more of a kind of cavernous, if you like. Pre and post controls, they're volume controls, so you can actually, with the pre-control all the way up, you can actually start to drive the reverb, so the reverb will distort itself.
Really?
The reverb runs at a lower headroom than the dry signal, so the reverb can actually start to break up slightly. With the decay all the way up, especially when you're on verb 2, you can start to run into self-oscillation as well, where the reverb will start to build and kind of crash back in on itself. The damp and dark controls adjust the brightness of the reverb, and then you've got the final option to kill the dry signal completely. And again, similar to the tape deck, you've got two expression inputs on the back, one for decay and one for verb 2, so you can kind of go between dry and fairly wet, or a really short reverb and then a really long reverb, and kind of dial it in between.
Very versatile. Sounds like, I would love it actually. Because recently I'm looking for space in my sound. Because I've already got all those distortions, so it's time for space now. So what are the plans? What's going to be next?
So in 2020, we are becoming more involved with digital effects, like I mentioned. So a big one that we've got coming out that we've announced is our multi-modulation pedal, which is called the Junipero. Hoping to have that released in January 2020. That is our so you've got chorus, flanging, phaser, tremolo, all that kind of stuff. In
one pedal.
In one pedal.
Or you can mix them up together as well, or is it like one?
They're 8 independent effects. You have 5 onboard presets, tap tempo, subdivisions, MIDI for more presets if you want, full expression control. All that kind of stuff. The way I've kind of described it to people is you think of it as like an independent version of like a Strum Mobius or a MD 500. That kind of, think of that kind of concept, but coming from a smaller independent company, which I don't think has been done yet, especially for a British company. So.
And all this stuff you learned on your own?
No, so especially with the Junipero, we've had a lot of help with the.
But that's like astrophysics,
Yeah, that kind of stuff is kind of beyond my knowledge. So we've had a couple of guys that have come in and helped with the coding side of stuff for that stuff. I've done the audio side. They've kind of done all the digital control and that kind of stuff. Because my head explodes once with that. So my kind of view on it was get someone in who knows what they're doing. We'll get it right first time. It might take a little bit longer, might cost a bit more money, but we'll get a decent product at the end of it.
Exactly, that's what it is. But is it only you making them, or your brand is involving already other people working for you? Not only like those guys you're talking about that you just hired them, but are those effects still only made by you, or do you have like a team of people soldering and things like that?
So in terms of building, at the moment, it's still just me.
Really?
So with some of the bigger stuff, we might outsource some of the assembly, but they won't be kind of official employees or anything. We'll just some of the process is just easier to outsource because I've only got one pair of hands. Some of the stuff takes
8 hours to do it. You need to live as well.
Yeah, so we might get contractors involved and some assembly done on some of the PCBs, especially the really complex ones, where tiny parts it needs to be done by a machine rather than by eye because it's too hard to do by hand. It would take too long as well. So yeah, next year we'll probably be involving more people, but officially it will still just be me building most of it.
All right, the last question.
Yeah.
It's not related with guitars,
Okay.
but we'll ask the question if they are selling very good. What are you driving?
What am I driving? I drive a Mitsubishi Shogun Sport 3-litre V6.
So they are selling good.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's kind of my first bigger car. We were driving smaller estate cars before, but to do the shows and stuff, to drag everything in, and especially where we've got a kid now, me and my partner, we just need to be able to get buggies and show stuff in. So it's just giving us a bit more space, and it's easier to drive up and down the motorway. So
It was very nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Oh, Tim's here. You know Tim?
Oh yeah.
Tim's a good guy.